there a tangible difference in having the person calling the plays right there that he can talk to everybody and be involved in everything?
Yeah, like I said before, I think there's an advantage to it. Again, I mean, he's there, so he's talking to us. We're kind of, talking through different things and stuff like that. But I mean, in the NFL setting, whether if it's the offensive coordinator upstairs or not, you have a ton of communication, that's coming in, drive to drive, play to play, and different things like that. So I mean, you find ways to be able to maneuver around those things and to be able to communicate, from the offensive coordinator to the position coaches and stuff like that.
Is there a boost intangibly to have Matt on the sideline? I mean, looked like he was getting really excited at some plays and able to interact with you guys. Does that give an emotional lift to the sideline?
Yeah. I mean, I would say so. Like I said before, I mean, having him down there, being able to talk through things, being able to talk through, run game and pass, drive to drive, getting stuff corrected or talk about, things that may be coming up and stuff like that.
Alan, every team in this division is 5-3 or better. What does that say about the compete level, and how much more of an emphasis does that put on these division and AFC games in the second half of the season?
I mean, it's a very, very competitive division, but at the end of the day, as a competitor, I don't think you would want it any other way. Again, I think that that's what brings the best out of everybody. Again, is when you have a close race like this, when teams are so close, in records and things like that, every single game counts. You have to be locked in each and every week. You can't come in and pick and choose when you want to play, or when you don't. You gotta line up each and every week and go out there and execute.
Do you like that? Do you like being in that type of division? Does that kind of?
I mean, it's football. It's football, man. It's competition. So at the end of the day, we got competition. What's ahead of us is what's ahead of us. I mean, we got to deal with it at the end of the day. So can't run from it. Can't hide from it.
Did you watch the other teams playing yesterday? Did you catch any of it?
I watched the Green Bay game. So knowing we got to play them next, so I really wasn't into everybody else. So.
What stood out to you about Jordan Love?
He throw the rock, so he throw the ball a lot. So try to get a pressure on him, with the D-line we have. So I know it should try to get the ball a couple of times with our DBs. So got a coverage and get to it.
Well, what are some of the things that you learned from him? How much do you think that room has come together? Your room has come together here over the first half of the season.
I feel kind of good about the group of guys we got, man. Just preparation. I'd say that was one of the biggest things, and just great to be able to learn and see how guys prepare for, such a task on the weekend.
Anything else?
How much are you expecting to play more? How much more is your duties?
I ain't sure. We don't do that. We don't get ahead of ourselves, man. If it's my time, it'll be my time. But if not, I just got to keep doing what I'm doing now, and that's preparing myself.
Mark, why are you ready? Why are you ready? Explain to us what makes you ready for this.
What makes me ready?
If you do step into a bigger role.
God just got his people, man. God just got his people.
How much have you spoken to Cole or been around Cole since the injury? And if you have been around him, what's his spirits and demeanor been like?
I ain't got a chance to see him. Today was our first day back in, and he dealing with a lot right now, so he was excused, and just waiting on him to get back, welcome him with open arms, and kind of see what the road gonna be like for him.
Mark, what have you learned from Cole and just the rest of the inside linebacker group that turnover? You have a whole new room to learn from. What are some big things that you've taken from them?
Right. Like I said, just the preparation to see how they go about their business, the early days in the week. Something that I myself personally want to be better at, just trying to be the best I could be.
At the same time, how much have you guys grown together? How comfortable are you guys on the field?
I'd say, everybody in the room got a certain level of comfort with each other out there on the field just because of the chemistry, that we built thus far after being here, the whole season and stuff like that.
Mark, how far do you think you've come from a pass coverage standpoint?
We'll see when that time comes. Men and women lie, but, we'll get up under the lights and, it'll play itself out.
How much of Quan and Landon been leaders for you, and how big has their impact been, especially after Cole went down on Thursday?
Like I said, those guys just like a group of brothers to me, so I don't really look at it like that, man. Every day we come in here, it's the same, man. So, we just keep building, and they stay on me, and I'm all open I'm all open, man.
Mark,
The
last
Vegas
year,
game, you got in on defense, like a handful of plays. You made
Right.
like 2 tackles in 4
Right,
plays. or
right,
something.
right.
I mean, were you? How did that come about, and how come I know you said coaches, but you haven't gotten the field since. Did you feel like you showed you can play?
Man, that ain't none of my business, man. I just go out there and take advantage of my opportunity, and one day, the more opportunities you get, the more you put on film.
You feel
Mark,
like
last
you
year
can
about-
play though, right? You feel like you're confident, you're ready.
Yeah, everybody in the locker room should feel like that.
Last year about this time, we called you, raw, talented running back turned linebacker.
Right.
Are you done being the running back turned linebacker?
People gonna say what they want to say, man. I'm here for a reason. That's how I like to look at it. God got me here, and I'm just walking the faith.
But you totally get linebacker now.
Right.
You guys ran the ball out of the shotgun a little bit more and against some lighter boxes. What kind of benefit did you see to that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, I mean we talked about it the past week. We wanted to run the ball, 11 personnel, keep them out of their bare front. So that was our biggest thing. Try to spread them out a little bit, and I think our game plan worked.
But with Broderick stepping in, how did you feel like he performed? What kind of an impact did he make on the offensive line as a whole?
I think he brought energy. I think he brought juice. I think we fed off of it. He obviously played well. That was definitely a big change for us. I think it worked in our favor.
I know usually it's Broderick that's replaced you in times when you've been hurt. What was it like playing alongside him at times?
Right. So he's only replaced me one time being hurt. But playing alongside him outside on the field, it was fun. I mean, we've definitely worked situations in practice where he goes to right tackle. So having that feel, I guess, it's very familiar.
And what are your expectations this week on how that line will play out?
I know it's definitely going to be a game of trenches for sure on both sides of the ball. We know they have a good front. As every week, we got to bring it. We got to run the ball first of all and establish that, and hopefully just build our offensive game plan around it.
Do you feel momentum growing, line play wise, over the last couple of weeks?
I would say so. I think that's expected. We've played now half a season together, so that's definitely expected, obviously. And then as the attrition of the season wears on and defenses wear out, it's expected for our offensive line to really push the front.
Did you see a change in the style of runs as well? I mean, I know you guys, it seemed like you were pulling tackles and guards a little bit more maybe, or maybe not.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've done a little bit of that in the past, but just narrowing down our list of runs and kind of getting to our bread and butter and just really pounding that and dressing it up to make it look a little bit different each time.
These few days feel like a bye week at all for you, or not as good when you're coming off Thursday night?
I feel like it definitely did. I mean, anytime you can get a span of days off, you always definitely take it. Don't take it for granted. So get our legs back under us and hit it hard again this week.
When you go into a weekend as the first team with a W, I mean, do you watch some football? Do you kind of get away from it? Like, what was your approach yesterday while the rest of the team were trying to get away?
You like to say you want to get away from it, but you're sitting on the couch on a Sunday afternoon, and that's really all there is to do. So, I mean, it's really nonstop, man. I was watching football all weekend, Saturday, Sunday, so.
Any observations?
Not really. I guess I watched it more so as a spectator, not a player.
So what do you think of the rest of the AFC North, though, except the season ends today? Obviously, it's not the whole divisions of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it on paper, we're the best division in football right now. I was actually looking at it a couple of days ago. We were the only division with every team having a winning record. So, I mean, that's AFC North ball. And we know what type of battles we're going to be in. We just really have to lean in and know that the back half of this season is going to be extremely important.
I mean, obviously you guys still have many AFC North games to play, but how much does it help that you guys are already 2-0 in the division with wins against the Ravens and the Browns?
Definitely helps, especially at the fact that we still have to go on the road and play everybody. So, we got a tough task ahead of us.
I know you guys, do you have any expectation if the line, the group that started on Thursday, is that the lineup going forward? Is that something that kind of has to get worked out in practice this week?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure. I guess that's something we'll just have to see this week in practice.
Thanks,
Dan.
Thank you all.